Okay, just give me 1 second to check this. Make sure that it's working. Don't you love these lives? Okay, here we go. Yay, it's on. Hey guys, Sandy Missouri, Balloon Utopia, Market with Balloons, Beginning Balloon Professionals, DIY Balloon Art, and Balloon Business Bootcamp. So I wanted to come on today and just talk about a few different things and also just share with you a couple of techniques that I've seen some questions on, and it's small enough that I can do right here in live, or more to the point, right here in the little cubicle that I have created for myself. All right, so the first thing that I want to tell you is do as I say and not as I do. And if you are ever on camera, even if you, unless you have Michelle Obama arms, I should say, don't go sleeveless. So I am seriously regretting my wardrobe choice today, but that's okay. No worries, no big deal. You can't see my super cute red shoes. Anyways, what I wanted to talk to you about today was being on TV. And I have a lot of people that have asked me over the years how I got on TV, or what to do when you are on TV, or, oh my God, my local news called me. What do I do now? And so I am now offering a one-time only course on how to get on TV and be good on TV. Basically, I am going to teach you everything that I have learned in the media training that I have taken, and I have invested literally tens of thousands of dollars in my media training and in my education. So oh, thank you, Sharon. So I have taken multiple times some $10, $12, $15,000 media training courses, and actually, believe it or not, I'm going back to school this semester, and I'm going to be taking television news production. So, you know, besides the shows that I've been on and my producer friends and the media training, I'm also learning it now in school from the perspective of the production team. So, so I'm really excited about that. But, you know, right now is kind of a golden age for balloons and TV. I mean, it's never been easier or more important to get balloons on TV for two reasons. Easier because right now is such a blah TV time. I mean, with everybody stuck home and they can't do in-studio interviews, it's all talking heads. And so the media, the news themselves, did I get toothpaste? Did I get lipstick on my teeth? There we go. The media themselves needs guests that are going to be dynamic right now. And then why is it an important time? And that is because obviously it's a downtime for our industry, and so we need to keep balloons top of mind. And especially with the yard balloon, the yard art things, with people celebrating in different ways, with people doing drive-by parties, you want to make sure that balloons are right there top of people's minds as an option, even though they're not having the big in-person party. Besides that, maybe you want to get onto your news and talk about not doing balloon releases. You know, that's a big one. Especially, unfortunately, there's an uptick in balloon releases because people are dying more right now. And you know, it's always a really sad thing to have to tell somebody who's grieving that, you know, you can't do their event. So if you can get to your local media and get that message out there, then that's helpful. In fact, I noticed that that our local gas and power company, SDG&E, has started doing public service announcements here in San Diego, saying don't let your balloons go, don't release Mylar balloons, you know, make sure that they stay anchored. So, you know, that's another message that it's important to get out there. Why would you want to be on TV? That's a question I get asked a lot. Why would you want to be on TV? What does being on TV do for you? Did they pay you? All right, so let me first of all explain this to you. News never pays, period. End of story. If they pay you, then it's not news, right? They're not covering news. It's some sort of I don't know, you become talent. It's a different category altogether. So news never pays you, and that's okay. So why would you want to be on the news if they're not going to pay you for the work that you put in to make the balloon design for them? Well, here's the thing. When you are featured on the news, and so many people say, well, how many people are going to see it? We'll get to that. When you are featured on the news, it is like the reporters and the television station itself. And in some cases, it feels like even the city is recommending you. This is like um, it is like a friend's recommendation on steroids, because now this is an impartial third party. And this is, even though people don't trust national news, right? There's the big debate, oh, Fox News, CNN, this is biased, this. People trust their local news, right? Because local news is where we're going to get our weather. It's where we're going to get our traffic and things like that. Well, people trust their local news. And so if the local news anchor says, oh my God, wow, this person is amazing, like there is no higher endorsement. Now, so people say, oh, well, how many people saw the show? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Yes, it has happened a couple of times that somebody called me and said, hey, I saw you on Fox 5, I saw you on KUSI, whatever, and I want to hire you for this event. It has happened a couple times, but more to the point is, what are you going to do with that clip, right? Because really, what the power of it is not when you're live, but afterwards. When you take that clip and you put it out there everywhere, you put it on your website as seen on, you put it onto your YouTube channel, you put it in your Facebook, you put it in all of your marketing, you put it in your email signature. And that's really the power of them, is what you do with it afterwards. Now that you have that fragment, you can also transcribe it, and you can take whatever quote they give you, right? I mean, there's going to be some quote. You're doing something, you're going to be, oh my God, that's so amazing. I've never seen anything like it. Well, now you have a quote that you can use, right? Now you take that quote of that newscaster saying, oh my God, that's so amazing. I've never seen anything like it. And now you've got a little snippet. And you can also then transcribe it into words and put that on your website with their name. And it is verifiable that they said that. This isn't making up things. This is very clear. They said this, and you can use that. So that is why you would want to be on TV. It is a long game plan, okay? It's not what am I going to get from it today or the day that I'm on TV. It is that you are building your expertise to become in your area the recognized leader in your industry. So somebody's asking, how do you approach them? Well, that's what I'm teaching in my course. So listen, I'm doing this course. I know it's expensive for you guys, and I get that, but I also know that I'm doing this course at a ridiculously low price for what I'm offering. And especially, sorry, somebody's just coming into my doorway here. You want to come in and just wave and say hi, because they know why I'm looking away. You're sure.
Hi.
Okay. So like I said, I mean, every time I've gone to media training, it's cost me over $10,000, and I've happily paid it. So I'm releasing the course for $997. If you are a member of my Balloon Business Bootcamp, past or current member, then I have a special price for you since you've already invested with me, and that is for $497. So, theoretically, I suppose you could hurry and sign up for the Balloon Business Bootcamp, which is still at a discount right now at $350. So it's not back up to the regular price of $1,200 for the live or $695 for the home study version. It's still a discount, just not the same discount as before. So if you were to sign up for first the boot camp and then the TV course, it would be cheaper. But it's not everybody can be on TV, right? And even if you get on TV once, if you don't do it right, that's going to be your one and done. What you really want is to become your go-to for your city, right? You want to build a relationship with one of the stations that for every holiday they're calling you in. And, every time they have something or they need color or, oh, one of our anchors is pregnant, that they're calling you in and that you are almost becoming part of the family, right? That's the kind of you want to celebritize yourself, really. So yes, clearly I should have more caffeine before I come on and do the live so that I'm not a total scatterbrain. But anyways, here we go. Quick sip of tea. So that's what I'm teaching in the course. In the course, we're going to start, and this is a live course, okay? The boot camp That's home study. Those are recordings from the past. The TV class is going to be live. I am going to be doing so many things with you guys to help you raise your profile and leverage your expertise. Like, really, the price that I set it at is a joke in terms of the value that you're getting. And I mean a joke not for you. I mean, it's a joke for what I'm putting it at. Because I'm going to help you build your profile so that you can be picked up by the media, so that you can develop that I am the go-to person in this city. And I'm going to tell you guys a little secret, okay? And I'm going to have some people pissed off at me for this. Because right now there is a feeling I have seen among many of the old timers in the balloon industry that these young newbies are coming and taking our spots, and they're taking our money, and they're taking our jobs, and they're taking our TV time. And you know what I have to say? Good for you guys. Yes. And you know why this is happening? It's because those old timers are complacent. They're like, well, this is how I've always done it, and so this is the way I'm going to do it, and I'm not going to change things. I'm not going to change my ways. I'm not going to go do free balloons on TV. Well, you know what? The door is wide open for a new generation of superstars. And here's the thing, right? And believe me, I get this, because before my first TV appearance, even though I had been in the industry, I don't know what that, let's see, this was, I guess it would have been about 6 years ago. So I'd already been in the business, close to 20 years, but I still had this, who am I? Who am I to go on TV? I didn't win awards. I didn't go complete it. I didn't compete at the World Balloon Convention. I didn't compete at Float. I don't compete. And the reason that I don't compete is because I take myself too seriously. And if I don't do well, I really hate on myself. And, I'd rather have fun with it. So I don't put myself in that position. But here's the thing, it doesn't matter. The news does not know, your media, your local media does not know that there's even a balloon industry. They have no idea. And so if you are the one that is able to put it together and give them what they're looking for as far as they're concerned, you are the best, period. Because you're the one they know. You're the one they know, like, and trust. So don't get caught up in your head of, I haven't won this award, I haven't done this, I haven't done that. It doesn't matter. All of the other things that, how to pitch them, how to build your one sheet, how to build your set, what kind of segments to do, how to be on TV, how to be on camera, what to wear. Those are the things that we are going to be learning in this masterclass. Very in depth, very in detail. Somebody asked me, do you guarantee that I'm going to get on TV? No, I can't guarantee anything, because I'm not at your house making sure you do the work, right? You don't live with me. I'm not your mom. I can't babysit you and make sure you do the work. All I can do is teach you what to do, give you the best practices, tell you the wisdom and the insight and the things that I have learned from being on TV over, I don't even know how many times, like 150 or something. I stopped counting. And what I've learned from my producer friends, and what I am learning in my new college class that I'm taking. So weird, going back to school. Yeah, so that is what I'm going to be teaching you. And then you need to actually walk through that door yourself, right? I mean, I know that if I go on camera, I'm going to be good, because I've been trained how to be good, and I can give you the training. What I can't do is make you actually do it, or make you make the phone call. So there is a personal responsibility aspect. This class is not for everybody, okay? If you are brand new to balloons, you've only touched a balloon once, you're probably not ready for this. This really, it doesn't have to, you don't have to be in the industry, years and years and years, but you do want to have some experience under your belt, have had some successes and failures under your belt, so that you can talk about those. You don't want to be like, oh, yesterday I found balloons and look, I can blow it up. So if you're brand new, this might not be the right course for you at this time. I would say, maybe if you've been around at least a year, doing it for a year is probably giving you the chops to be able to not be nervous when things don't go as planned, because that's one thing I can guarantee you in TV, things almost never go as planned. To be able to improvise when you have to, because that almost always happens. And stuff like that. So really, this course is does require a little bit of experience, but you don't have to be 20 years in the industry to take it or benefit from it. You could hire a meteor trainer and pay $10,000. They won't specialize. They won't talk about specifically what to do with balloons the way that I will, but you'll get a good education. You could hire a public relations company or a publicist, and you could pay them $1,000 for every single placement that every time you get on TV. So these are the ways that people get these are the ways that people get on TV. And I'm going to be very honest. The only reason that I'm willing to do this class now at this price is because I don't want to be the one going on TV for balloons anymore. I'm going to be going on TV for other things. I'm not giving up being on TV, but balloons is not my topic. And somebody or somebody's really needs to step up to fill that void, because the world needs to know, and needs to know about balloons, needs to think about balloons on a regular basis, and needs to buy balloons on a regular basis. And ideally, they need to buy them from you. So there you go. All right, now I promised you that I was going to teach you a couple of techniques that I've seen people asking about in my Beginning Balloons professional group, and so I want to do that. But just give me 1 second to wet my whistle. All right, so you can see in my glasses the reflection of my ring light. Definitely something you want to have if you're doing any camera stuff, from your computer or at home, is one of those ring lights. And then you want to try to position it so that you're not like doing that with the ring light reflections like that. So I'm trying to turn myself a little bit slightly away from the light, but still towards the camera. Okay, so 2 quickie little techniques that I wanted to teach you. One is the belly button technique, and the other is double stuffing for to make a water weight. I'm not going to make the water weight because I'm sitting at my computer and I'm not at a faucet, so I'm just going to kind of show it to you, and then I don't have an empty bottle. But let's start with the belly button technique. Okay, so somebody asked in my Beginning Balloon Professionals Facebook group how to hang balloons from the ceiling if you didn't want to use helium. And there's a couple of different ways. So one way is, okay, here I have some tape. I'm going to blow up the balloon here. And I'm just using 11 inchers because they'll fit in the space that I'm in. And I've only inflated this one to, it's probably about maybe 7 inches. It doesn't matter. The size is irrelevant. I'm just using it because I can fit it in the frame. Okay. Now, this is just regular tape, but I want you to pretend that this is clear packing tape. Okay, because you kind of want the width and you want the extra strength of clear packing tape. So just pretend that it's clear packing tape. So what you can do, you have your balloon, you have it inflated, and you take a piece of clear packing tape. Okay, I'm going to put the balloon down for a sec. Take the piece of clear packing tape, and then you kind of fold it in the middle, making sure that the ends don't touch. Right, it's a little bit, it's easier actually with packing tape, but you want to hold on to those ends so that they don't touch, that you keep them open, but that you fold it in the middle so that you kind of get a little tab hanging up, okay? You see that? And then you're just going to take it and put it on the top of your balloon. And it probably helps if you have like something solid to lean it on and you're not just trying to balance it on your chest. Okay, so now you see I have like this little tab hanging up, and then I would further probably put a little piece of tape here and here, kind of in an H. So I'm just going to show you what that would look like. Okay, you see another piece of tape. It's being so grouchy, the tape, because it's such a small space. Okay, and so then I'm going to kind of make an H on it. I guess I should have used colored tape so you can see it. See there on one side, and then I'm going to put another one here. Now the top of the balloon, nobody's going to see it, so it's okay if it, I mean, especially if you're putting it up high, nobody's going to see that. This is going to be on the ceiling. They'll see that. Okay, so then you're going to take your scissors or a hole puncher, better yet. And actually, a hole puncher is the best one. Let's see, I've got a hole puncher up here. Excuse the armpit shot. All right, here's a hole puncher. So you're going to take your hole puncher and punch a hole in. okay? And now the reason that you want to have it like, you know, like a tab like that with 2 layers is so that it's not that fragile. You don't want it to just fall apart when you get your string, okay, or your fishing line. So then we're going to take a little piece of my tangled Dacron arch line here. This is what I use for the live demonstrations because I can't I can't use it for real world anymore. Okay, so you're going to just take your string and just put it through the little hole. And then you've got your hanging point. Okay, so that's one way to do it. Another way to do it, if you don't want to use the tab technique, this is especially good, like, let's say the balloons are already inflated and then you realize that they need to be hung or something like that. So that's a good quickie technique. You should always have clear packing tape in your van or in your supplies because it's something that is just infinitely useful. All right, so now the other technique is the belly button technique. So for this, we're going to use a penny. Now, I know that right now there is a shortage in the change in coins in the United States. So maybe instead of using a penny, maybe what you want to use is a button or something like that. But I was able to find a penny before I was able to find a button, and so we are using a penny. Okay, so for this, what we want is we want our balloon, we want our penny, and then you want some fishing line, or I'm going to take a 160 here. So bear with me, it's down here. Let's get it contrasting color here. Let's see, goldenrod. All right. Okay, so here what we're going to do, and I'm showing it to you on an 11-inch, but this technique I use mostly with 3-footers. So here's what we're going to do. We're taking the penny or the button, and you're just going to like throw it into the balloon. Now, if you're using a 3-footer, like you don't even have to stretch it. Like you're literally just going to drop it down. Okay, but now here's the important part. You want to make sure that you get it down to the bottom and pretty centered, okay? Because if it's off center, then you're going to be hanging your balloon off center. So that's really mission critical. And so to do that, you're going to just kind of put a little puff of air in the balloon, you know, so that it can kind of flatten. And then you're going to just kind of squeeze, pull up, and just kind of like gather, you know, so that you have like the balloon is really tight around the penny or the button or whatever, okay? And now what we're going to do is we're going to take a 260 or fishing line or whatever, and we're just going to wrap it around. Now, the reason I like the 160 is because since it's latex to latex, it doesn't put a friction burn there, and it holds it really well, and I can get it really tight, right? And then you're just going to tie it off. Like that. Okay, so what we're doing is we're literally creating a little belly button in our balloon. Now, it is important to note that this is going to use up some of the latex of the balloon, which means that your balloon is not going to inflate to the same size now, okay? So you see, there's your belly button. We're going to inflate the balloon here. Here goes. Okay, so you really want to pay attention to the size of your balloon to make sure that you're not, you know, overstretching it. And you see there's the belly button on it. So somebody was asking about that before. Hopefully it didn't freeze. Can you guys still see it? Is it frozen or are we good? Okay, and then I'm going to tie it off like so. And then you see there's the belly button. And there we go. Is it working or not? Okay. Sorry, I'm just checking on the feed here real quick. It looked like it froze. Okay, we're good. Okay, so you see the belly button, and then you're just going to take your fishing line or your string or whatever you're using to hang it up. And this is the Dacron arch line that I've mentioned before. We've talked about it a few times. I like it because it kind of has like a nice waxy finish to it. So it works really well. It doesn't stretch like monofilament does, and it doesn't burn the balloons like monofilament does. So that's why I tend to use arch line instead of fishing line when appropriate. And sometimes fishing line is better. Anyway, so here you see you've got your belly button, and you can just take your line and tie it on. And now you have your rig point. Okay, like that. Hold on one second. I think the plumber is here. Sure. Okay, sorry to do this on live. I don't know how to like leave this so that you can like study it while I'm gone, but my doorbell's ringing. 1 second, please. Hi. Good. Sorry. You know where it is, right? Yeah. I mean, that's what we had. I'm actually on the Facebook Live right now. Whatever you think is the best effort. If you think this is better than you do. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, yes. Yeah, thank you, thank you. La 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 la. So the plumber just got here because that's what happens when you're on a live. Like the best way to, keep engagement going is just to leave an empty screen with no music, no sound, nothing going on, right? Just dead air. Yeah. But hold on 1 second. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, so sorry about that. Never a dull moment. Anyways, the plumber's here. My sinks are gonna get fixed. It's all good. And we were talking about belly button technique. Okay, so where'd that other balloon go? There we go. Here it is. All right, so what we're looking at right now is 2 different techniques to hang balloons from the ceiling instead of floating them with helium. So here you go. We got the belly button technique, and we've got the tab technique. All right, so there's that. And do we have any questions? Oh, you were singing for me. Thank you, Sharon. Do we have any questions about those? Okay, so here's the other thing that I want to see. Now, those of you guys who have been doing this a while are going to be like, oh my God, I already know this. This is ridiculous. And that is that making water weights. So I've seen a few people who have shown pictures of marquees, and of course the marquees are, those giant message balloon things with lots of different sizes, and the Mylar balloons, and usually it'll say a name or happy birthday or a number or something like that. And people are wondering, you don't go to pick them back up. How do you weight them? How do you make them stable? Now, if they're outdoors, you probably really do want to have a base plate on it. If it's indoors, however, you can use water weights. Now, here's the important thing about water weights, and this is very important. You must always double stuff it. Always, okay? You don't want to take a chance that there's a little pinhole and the water seeps out and now you just ruin the marble floor. Like that, you don't want that to happen. Now, as long as you double stuff them, I can only speak to Qualatex balloons because I've never tried to make them with any other brand. But as long as you double stuff them, they're going to be very, very stable. Okay. In fact, we've tried to pop them before and it, like they bounce. Okay. So here's what we're doing to double stuff it. I usually just take one of the balloons and I fold it into like quarters until it's like a little stick. You could just put it on a pencil or a little dowel rod or something, but I always find that when I'm making water balloons, I don't have any of those things available. So this is how I do it. Okay. So you kind of fold it up like this, and then you're going to insert it in like that. and then you're going to just kind of pull it so that it's, you know, one piece, right? Okay, so now here's the part that I can't show you. What you're going to want to do is you're going to stretch it using the inner balloon nozzle over your spigot, okay? So this might take a little bit of work, you know, just like any other water balloon, but you want to make sure that you're not just doing the outer balloon, but that you have the inner balloon and outer balloon both going over the spigot, okay? So you're going to kind of put it on the spigot, and then you're only going to inflate it. Now I'm going to blow it up my mouth. I'm going to try. It's double stuffed. Just by way of example, but remember, you would actually be doing this with water. You only want to inflate it about that big, like the size of a baseball or a softball. Like that's it, really. Okay? Because the whole point is that you want it to be super, super durable and super squishy and barely inflated. Okay, but this much water, if you're going to do a couple of these, like let's say you're doing one of those marquees, you know, I would put one in the center, one on each end, or maybe even I would do, you know, like 2 of them and put 2 in the center and 2 on each end, so a total of 6. And that's going to give you some pretty good stability. Again, I don't necessarily recommend that for outdoors, however, only because for outdoors, you're going to need something that's also going to help against wind resistance, not just currents. And so for that reason, if you're doing it outdoors, I would probably go ahead and use one of those lamp bases, and just, you know, kind of have what I've done before is the lamp base and just one pole, right? So the balloons for the base should cover that single pole. And if not, then you might want to just layer a little something else on it so that you hide the pole. But that's going to keep it more stable for outdoors than just doing water balloons. Indoors, I'm going to do water balloons all day long. Double stuffed. Always, always, always double stuffed. Cannot stress that enough. We don't want to have accidents with water getting everywhere. So anyways, that's really the tips and techniques that I wanted to share with you today. Both of those came out of questions that have been asked in the Beginning Balloon Professionals Facebook group. And so I just wanted to, you know, I tried to write up instructions on both of them, but it really is kind of a visual thing. So I wanted to show it with you. And then I also wanted to talk to you about the TV course, which is happening on September 20th. And this is a one-time only class. It will probably actually be in 2 parts because I'm going to want to assign you some homework and then critique you. So the class is September 20th, and then on the 20th in the live event, in the live class, we as a group will decide when our second class is, our follow-up class. And again, this class, got things all over my hair. This class is intensively going to be talking about how to get on TV, how to pitch, how to set up your space, what to wear, how to be, and you know, how to make it so that you are the kind of guest that can be invited back as a regular. We're not just looking for a one-time feature story on you, which is super easy to get, but we want you to become the authority in your city, and be a regular guest. It'd be on multiple times, not just once. So anyways, if you have questions about it, I'm be signing off in a minute, but if you have questions about it, reach out to me. I'm happy to chat with you, answer your questions. Like I said, I know that the course is expensive compared to other balloon offerings, but I literally can't do it any cheaper. I have paid so much to learn what I know, both in investing in my education and, you know, through the School of Hard Knocks, trial and error. So I can't go any cheaper on that. I mean, as it is for the media industry, like, people are pissed at me for doing it as I'm doing it, but they don't pay my mortgage, so I don't care. So Erica is asking, do you prefer to do an organic garland using 11-inch and then adding smaller clusters, or to do all different size quads? I do all different size quads using randomly sized 11-inch. Sometimes I throw in a couple of 16s, but mostly the first layer is going to be the 11 inches, not done on a dual sizer or something that's sizing them, but so that they're randomly sized, but I'm only using one balloon size. And then I'm going to tie in the 5-inch and the 16-inch and the 3-footers to give it all the depth and dimension. So that's how I do my organic garland. So yes, using 11-inch for the base of the garland and then adding all the other sizes to it. to make it more interesting and add texture. Why do I do it with 11 inch as my base? Because what I found is if I mix up the sizes too much in the base garland, that what ends up happening is you just have gaps in it that then things are going to fill in anyway. So it was a wasted spot. So I find, and the base kind of all gets covered anyway. So I kind of learned that for me to move faster, it was easier to use 11 inch, again, randomly sized. None of them are sized to 11 inch. In fact, none of them are probably bigger than 9 inches at best, because you always want them round. You never want to use balloons in their pear shape for organic. You always want them to be really good and round, and they're going to nestle and they're just going to look better that way. So that's how we do on the organic. Any other questions? I mean, guys, I'm here, I'm on. You can ask me questions about anything. I don't promise to answer, but I'll try. Balloon Business Bootcamp, people have been asking me, the big sale is over. The price went up a little bit. It's still on a big discount from the regular price though, so it's still a good time to get it. That is the home study version of Balloon Business Bootcamp. We will have a live kickoff webinar on Sunday for all of our bootcamp members. And then you also have preferential pricing for the TV course if you are a bootcamp member. And the TV course, again, is going to be a live training, which means if you miss it, you can watch the replay, but I highly recommend that you're there live, because one of the things that I want to see is, what is your camera setup, right? If it's computer camera, do you have good lighting? What's behind you? So I do want to see you on camera, and if you're watching a recording, you're missing out on that opportunity. Now, if your choice is to watch the recording or not take the course, then of course I recommend watch the recording. But if you can be there live on September 20th, I think that you're going to have a much better experience from it. And this is not a course that I'm going to be doing over and over and over again. I mean, what I would really like is I would really like to help at least one person in each market establish themselves as the go-to. And now I'm not doing exclusivity at this price. I can't do exclusivity. So, you know, whoever signs up, signs up. And if you're the first one in your city, yay you. And if there's 2 people from the same city, you know, you guys can either try to work together. That's what I would recommend, actually. Or it's going to be, you know, who gets there first and who the media likes better. You know, as with anything, I guess, right? The early bird gets the worm, right? Those who do the work and jump on it are going to reap the rewards faster. So somebody's asking, do chrome or metallic balloons hold up outside? In my opinion, they do not. They oxidize really fast. They really look best indoors. I try not to use them for outdoors. But they don't pop necessarily. They just oxidize very quickly and look dull instead of shiny. So that's what happens with them. All right, any other questions? No questions right now. We'll give it just another second. I don't know if the questions are coming through on both things. It's streaming simultaneously to both YouTube and Facebook. I'm using StreamYard, which I'm still, you know, getting proficient in this technology. So anyways, that's why I keep looking everywhere all crazy. So yes, okay, so somebody's asking, is the media course for more experienced professionals? Yes, more experienced in that if you are brand new, I don't think that you're ready for it. I would say maybe you want to have at least a year of experience under your belt, or, you know, it's not so much a time thing, but have some experience under your belt. I mean, you want to be able to speak with authority, and you want to be able to deliver. So, if you have some experience, you're probably going to get more out of it. Now, having said that, if you come to me and you're like, hey, I just started, you know, a month ago, but I'm super motivated and I have watched everything and I have practiced and look at these pictures and, you know, like in this month I have been so intensive about it. Okay, so maybe so you have to make that judgment. But yeah, in general, the media course is really designed to help you become the media darling in your city, and to become their go-to balloon expert what I want is for you to get on multiple times. I want you to get on for all the different holidays or whatnots, not just a one-time thing. And again, I can teach you how to do it. I can't do it for you. I can't walk through the door for you. You got to do that, but I can give you the skills. I can give you the knowledge that I have learned through my investment in my own education and media training and having been on so many shows and my friendships with producers. Okay, so we got some questions here. What do I use for gold outside? I'm more likely to use the not the chrome gold, the regular old gold, the original gold, you know, which kind of looks a little bit orangey, but I'm probably going to go to that for outdoors. Do you recommend 4 to 5 set package prices? Yes. I find that if you have packages, ABC packages, it makes it really easy to give people their options, and then you can always customize and change things up. If you've been doing it less than a year and you're really interested in this course, let's talk, okay? I don't want to make blanket statements without knowing you and more about you and where you're at, because some people are talented and some people get it very quickly. And maybe you haven't been doing it that long, but you're one of those people. And I don't want to say, oh no, you know, by the calendar, you only have this kind of experience, without knowing anything about you. So contact me, let's talk, and let's figure out together if it's right for you or if you should get some more experience first. I don't know that I can say that without having a conversation with you. How much is it? So the price for it is $9.97. And if you are in my Balloon Business Bootcamp course, either past or current students, only $4.97. This is a ridiculous price. I paid, every time I've done media training, I've paid between $10,000 and $25,000 for it and found it a bargain. I don't regret it at all, not a bit. It was one of the best investments I ever made into myself. And that's why I did it not just once, but multiple times with, I went back a couple times to the same instructor, and I've taken some other instructors. And in fact, I'll be doing another media training course that I'm paying $5,000 for. Even though I think I might know everything she's teaching, you never know. Sometimes it's just that one little thing that's like, oh my God, I didn't think of that. Yes, brilliant. And then I'm also going to school now for television news production. I'm so excited about that. A little bit overwhelmed to be going back to school, to be honest, but very excited. So real quick, I just want to tell you again some of the benefits, what I personally have gotten from being on TV. And it's not about, oh, this person saw me on TV today and then called me and ordered something, but sometimes that does happen. What it's really about is how you leverage the clip from being on TV, right? You get to share that clip with Facebook. You get to share that clip with your website. You get to share that clip in all of your marketing. It should be on the signature of every single email, right? Everything that you do, you want people to know that you were the one that was on TV. And you can also then take pieces of it and use the quotes, right? There's going to be something that the newscaster is going to say to you. And so, for example, how did I get the title of America's Top Balloon Expert? I didn't give it to myself. I did an interview, and one of the TV hosts said, so you're like America's Top Balloon Expert. And that became my title. So there's going to be something that the host is going to say that you can then use as either an endorsement or a recommendation, or it will become your title. The thing is this: once you become the celebrity, if you will, in your the local celebrity for your industry, it changes the conversation. It changes the way people look at you. So it's no longer, now that's not saying that people don't have a budget, right? And I want to be clear about that, right? But it changes the conversation, because if you are the celebrity balloon artist, they want to work with you. They saw you on the news. Their trusted news recommended you. So now the question is, can you work with my budget? Not, are you more expensive than the guy down the street? It's, I want you, and here's how much I have to spend. It's a totally different conversation. And those are the kind of conversations that you want to have with your clients. You want to do what you can to get out of the, oh, I charge $5 more, $5 less than the guy next to me. You want to make it so that it's not about the money at all. People's budgets are people's budgets, right? But if you can work with their budget, now that doesn't mean that you have to discount your offerings, but if you have somebody and they have a $500 budget, you're not going to offer them the $3,000 package. You're going to want to try to tailor it to, hey, here's what I can give you for $500, right? So when you are the celebrity balloon artist for your area, then that's the conversation is, hey, I want you, here's my budget. And that's what that's what all of this is about. That's what all of marketing is about, is to attract the right customers and to repel the wrong ones, right? If you're high end, you don't want to spend your day all day long on the phone fielding the Walmart card calls from somebody who only wants to spend a couple of dollars. That's not worth your time. Similarly, if you are doing a volume business, then you need to be able to get on and off that phone as fast as you can, because your time is literally your money. And the more that you can turn around faster, the better. So you're going to want to have, really simple offerings. So everything that we do is about knowing what is your business model and who is your audience and how to get there. Anyway, so if you have questions about the TV course or your eligibility for it, contact me privately and let's talk. So will I be doing the media course again? I don't want to say absolutely no, because who knows what the future holds, but at this point in time, I am not planning on it. At this point in time, what I'm really trying to do, quite frankly, is replace myself. I've got all of these really exciting projects and things that I'm working on. You guys on YouTube will be sharing this with me, because you'll start seeing things show up on my channel. And I'll probably end up putting some of my school assignments from my single camera production class. I'm taking 2 classes. One is the television news show, and one is single camera production, which I don't even know what that is. So you're probably going to see some of my class projects appearing on my channel. Please bear with me. Please stay with me. Don't unsubscribe because I'm delving into other waters besides balloons. I promise to keep to keep bringing you balloon stuff to keep feeding you that cherry, that special treat to keep you around. But I'm really excited about the other things that I'm going to be exploring, and I need people out there to replace me talking about balloons on TV. So it's wide open right now, and people need to step up and take over. And so that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to replace myself. Okay, well, on that note, I hope that you guys have a great weekend. I hope that these little tips that I shared with you for the water balloons and for where did those other balloons go? For the hanging balloon techniques, there's your belly button using a penny or a button, but in this case it happened to be a penny. Or to make a tab using tape. You see, this is what I call the H attachment point there. Can you see that, how it forms an H like that? Okay, so we got our belly button, we got our H attachment with the tab that we created, and we got our double stuffed water weight. So there we go. I hope that you find these techniques useful, that you find a place to use them this weekend. I don't know when I'll be back on with you guys again. It will be soon. You guys are going to be seeing a lot more of me, because now that I've come out of hibernation, I got a lot to say. I want to hang out with you guys. So I don't know what's coming next, but I'm looking forward to it, and I hope that you'll join me for it. Until next time, just go forth and balloonify. Bye.